Hi, guys. This is your girl, Shereen. Guys. I have a bizarre story to share with you. This story is so bizarre that I had to bring it to you. I've never heard of anything like this. I had to think about the whole situation. I really did. I had to think about, okay, why? It makes me wonder why people do bad things, right? So as you can see, um, cop busted putting trash on black woman on a woman car. So the story is, guys, I've never heard anything like this, and as I said before, at first I wasn't thinking that it's because she were black of any kind. Because when I saw the story, I don't know what to think because I'm thinking, okay, why would he do it? Would he do it because of racism or would he do it because he likes her? And then after I'm thinking, if he likes her, he wouldn't do anything despicable like that to her. So it couldn't be like. So obviously he's carrying a grudge or some kind of envy for her, right? So let me see if I can do the story justice before I play the recording. I only can show you the recording, guys, because or play the recording. So this lady, she's about, I say, by looking at her, she's in her early 20s, right? She could be older, but as you can see, black don't crack, right? Right? Black don't crack. So therefore, she probably could hide her age. I don't know. I think he's about between maybe 28 to 35. Yeah, that's his age group, I think. And she lived in this apartment. She said she moved in the apartment about January, and then soon after she realized that every maybe not every day but at least once a week for the last 6 months that somebody put in garbage on her car. Sometimes it's lunch and it's placed there nicely, put the boxes there. And then sometimes she says it is the garbage from across because where our car is parked, across the way from her car, there is a garbage bin. So the person took the garbage out of the bin and put it on her car, guys. Isn't that disgusting? Who does shit like that? How people think about that, right? People are psychopaths. This is come some obsession behavior, guys. Go check out my other video on obsession because this is obsession 101. I'm telling you, this is like he's been terrorizing this girl basically, and usually the behavior doesn't get any better. It get worse, and it did get worse. So it start by putting garbage on our car, then he punctured her car. After he punctured her car, him threw egg on her car. She go out there one day, she said she see him punctured her car, him threw egg on her car, and it just go on and on and on. And she couldn't figure out who is doing this. And she couldn't figure out what she did wrong because she didn't do anybody any wrong. She just moved into the apartment. She didn't do anything wrong. She just want to live like everybody else, right? And this guy, obviously, she had enough money to rent the apartment. So she and the guy is on the same level, right? Because he lived there. So I don't know. I can't. I've been thinking about it. Why would a human being terrorize another human being? Right? Would he? And then, especially, is a man terrorizing a woman, right? It couldn't. It bothers me. It truly did bother me. So anyhow, so she's there, she's wondering why. She go to the building manager, she complained to them, she asked them if them see the camera. They are saying no, them not see anything because while the camera is turned, the camera only turned towards the building, towards the front entrance, right, to get into the apartment building. So it's almost like there's no win for her. So guess what she did? She set up a camera on her balcony because where her apartment is, it overlook the parking lot. So she set up a camera on her balcony, and then that is how she captured the person who is putting the garbage on her car. Isn't that right? So the day off, when she captured the guy, she went downstairs and video camera the guy going, and she said, "Why are you doing this?" He didn't answer her. He said nothing to her, and he went into his apartment. She didn't even know he lives there because she was getting scared. I would be scared, right? Somebody treating you in such a manner, you must be scared. Why wouldn't you be? It's awful. That is how sometimes she could have lose her life because it could have persist. Because when people have that kind of anger, it gets worse and worse and worse. Obviously, he's telling her she's trash first of all, because garbage, it symbolizes that you are less than. To me, it does, because somebody put garbage on your car. To me, it symbolizes you're less than, you're dirt, you're nothing. I mean, guys, help me out here. I don't know. That is what I think it symbolizes. Somebody putting garbage on your car. Somebody put egg on your car. That means they don't like you. You did something to them, or you offend them. Maybe he thought that she offended him. But if she did something wrong, he could have communicate that to her. He doesn't have to do that for months and months. It's go on for 6 months. It took her she said it took her about between 1 and 2 months to catch the person, the perpetrator. When anyway, she got to the building manager. She spoke to them. Nothing. They can't tell her. She said, "I want to see the camera. They must have something." So anyway, she caught the guy herself. Anyway, she went to the police station and she make reports. Not whole and behold, the guy was a police officer, because she saw him when she got there, and she realized that the guy is a police officer. A police officer been putting garbage on this woman's car, terrorizing her. And the story even get more juicier, because this is just, there's no way this guy should be allowed to resign. He resigned from his job. Hold on, guys. Let you hear the story from her, let me make it hear it from the woman that it happened to. Because, I'm not going to, I don't think I give the story justice, but she will tell you what she had experienced.
One interaction with Officer Cleese, and that was in the halls of seeing him come inside. And to my knowledge, that's when I realized he was an officer by him having his, uniform on.
Okay, so you say in the hall. So were y'all living in the same apartment complex?
Yes, so we was living in the same apartment complex.
Okay, so you live in the same apartment complex. You see this guy one time, and so was this happening every night? Were you walking out to your car every morning and seeing trash on your car? And what kind of trash were you talking about? I mean, was it like literally food contents and just being dumped all over your car?
Yes, this would be dumpster garbage, literally from the dumpster right across from my car. This man would go get trash out of the dumpster to dump on my car. There would be his lunch sitting on top of my car, just like neatly propped of someone's lunch, just sitting on top of my car.
God.
I moved in maybe about January of the beginning of this year, and it's been going on for 6 months after living there.
This was like every day?
This was like a periodic time. Sometimes it would be a few times a night. Sometimes it'll be periodic to where it's like once a week. It's just here and there, but it's been going on for months.
Wow. Okay, so this is going on for months. And all of a sudden you said, look, man, I got to figure out what's going on. So you set up video surveillance. Take me through that.
Yes. So after having the puncture in my tire and scratches on my car, dents on my car, and eggs thrown at my car, this time I was just like, somebody is clearly stalking me, someone's watching me. And that's when I decided to put up a surveillance camera of my own. So I propped this surveillance, into my home, facing my vehicle and any really other vehicles as well. However, yes, there were on-site cameras, but
okay. So you set up a camera in.
So, guys, you get the story, you get the drift of the story. So, this girl was being terrorized by this guy, right? Now, my thing is, should he, let us talk about his career, because I know that if you are a medical doctor and you do something like this, like you injured a party, like somebody who you're treating, or you give them wrong medication, or you do something to them that you shouldn't have done, and you have any, even sometime breach of confidentiality or anything like that, you can lose your license. Nurse too, if them don't write up them report properly, and give the right dosage that they have administered and so on and so forth, they can lose your license. So now with this guy, he was allowed to resign from his position. Now, my take on this is he shouldn't be allowed to resign from his position. He should be fired. What you guys think? I mean, what do you think? You think he should be able to resign from his position because he was on administrative leave? So they put him on administrative leave, and when I guess when them realize the media get a hold of it, then he resigned from the position because he was on administrative paid administrative leave, and then he sent in his resignation while he was on paid administrative leave. Now, my take is he shouldn't be allowed. He shouldn't be allowed to resign. They should fire him because when somebody resign from a position, that means they can go to a different district or a different state and get the same position as a cop. And this guy abused his right as a public service person, right? Once you're a public service or servant, you should not be behaving like this. There should be boundaries, right? You are there to uphold the law, and you are there, and look what you're doing, terrorizing the woman for 6 months. This is ridiculous. What kind of society it is? That's why people do not trust these cops, right? I mean, forgive me, there is good people out there, right? And we're not talking about the good cops here. We're talking about people like that. Now, I'm trying to get into this guy's head and think, why would he do something like that? What would motivate him to do something like that? Now, I'm looking at the woman here. She's a young girl. She's very attractive looking, good looking girl. Yeah. And she's young. Did you like her? Or is it because of her skin color or because of her ethnicity? We don't know. We are just assuming because we haven't heard his side. Why? Why he terrorized her like that? That's a big question. The other thing is, I don't know. I don't think that she should be still living in that apartment. Do you think she should be still living in that apartment? I don't think so. She should move out right away because you living into an apartment. Obviously, he had some kind of malice against you, hatred against you, because somebody put garbage on you and terrorize you and punch at your tire and do all those things. Who to tell? You live upstairs, him live. No, that is not going to work, darling. You need to get out of that apartment immediately. Immediately find another place to go. You cannot live there with him. You cannot live there with, you are a victim. You cannot be living with the person because I'm sure every time you come through the door, you wonder if he's there or waiting for you. That's how I would feel. If I even live in a neighborhood and I know that my neighbor hate me that much, right? I'm going to tell you a story. So years ago, I live in a community. I'm not going to tell you what community, but I live in a community. I remember my husband at the time, he was building, because we used to build homes. We live, right? And we tear down that house. And while during building the house, when we look, the house was somebody come into the house because it was under construction. Somebody came into the house and poo on the flooring of the house. So we just said maybe it's some kids or something, right? Nevertheless, is that the person who did that didn't like the fact that anybody ethnic is coming into that community to live. That's my take on it, right? Because even though my husband was Caucasian, but I am, as you can see, moi, right? And they came into the house and they pull into the house. And then they also, at some later date, they stone the house with eggs, right? I don't trouble anybody. I didn't do anything to anybody. So I wouldn't wonder why would something like that happen. And it makes you wonder. I don't know if kids playing or what happened, but I don't want to go out and say that's this, but hatred are out there, all I'm saying. People have you up for no reason. Maybe I drive somebody drive bad on the road, or I don't know. But if this girl is not aware of what she has done, she said she had only met him once when she photographed him, when she actually asked him why is he doing it. She never talked to him before. She didn't even know him was a cop. So I don't know why a human being would terrorize another person like this. The guy is awful, and he deserved, as a matter of fact, he deserved to spend some time in jail. He shouldn't be out walking. No, the funny thing about this, I can guarantee you, if I follow this case, he's gonna get something misdemeanor where he pay some fine or something, and it's all forgotten. It's not all forgotten because guess what? This should come under obsession and stalking, because that is what it was happening. That is what was happening. He has obsessive behavior, and it fit the bill of a stalker. Yes, it does. Go watch my other video. I have a video on it. Yeah. People are so, I don't know, people don't know how to handle their emotion. Might as well, maybe, I'm thinking in my head, I wonder if it's about the parking lot. But for 6 months, shouldn't be parking in his parking lot. I don't think so. Anyways, it doesn't make no sense to speculate. Either way, you shouldn't have done it. It is wrong. These are the behavior. You should know that it is inappropriate and it is wrong for so many reasons. It is wrong because, let me tell you why it is wrong. Because anytime at all another person have to think about her safety or their safety, it traumatizes them, right? And it put them into a different, let them feel unsafe. And nobody should put another person's life in danger. And that's why it is wrong. This woman was actually scared. And I hope this guy is prosecuted to the maximum, because at the same time, he's a lawmaker. He should be a lawmaker, not creating wrongdoing, not criminality. And that's what he was doing, right? That's why you see some people go in as a police officer or want to be a person who enforce the rule because them have a chip on their shoulder, right? Them don't go in there for the right reason. They're going there for the wrong reason, to bully other people. And that's all I have to say. Anyways, guys, if you like this video, share this video for awareness, because I'm sure things like this happen all the time. And be safe. And also write comments down in the box to tell me if you like the video. What would you like me to see talk about? If you have any video you want me to discuss or share or talk about, just send it along my way. More. So guys, see you in my next video. Have a good night. Bye.